What's up, people? This is MASJ, and this is my breakdown of my album coming to streaming services very soon. Bittersweet. Album cover it's actually a video. I took that video back in this, I want to say like mid-December. It's me walking down the street at like an hour after midnight. Why was I out walking on a public road at 1 in the morning? Tough times. Losing my mind with family members. There was just a bad fucking time for me. That was around the time where I was sleeping in the basement just to get away from everybody because I didn't have a car. I still don't have a car. And that's basically what that video is. But the album cover itself, just a freeze frame, and then I screenshot it, and then it has like a vivid, like kind of like rusty filter to it throughout the whole time, for the start of 2025 till now, and so on. It's been up and down, up and down. It's been really rough, and it's been really high, and it's been like bumpy again, you know. I'm just kind of like in a pattern where I'm okay when it's tough, and I'm okay when it's good. I'm taking it all in as bittersweet, and now any like emotions that I have, or whenever I'm feeling, or anybody who asks me how I'm doing, I'm just say I'm neutral, because I know I'm at a point now where I know when things are gonna go bad, or I'm ready for things to go bad, or I know when things are gonna go good, or I don't know when things are gonna go good. So that's basically the whole idea of bittersweet. Yeah. The first song you will hear in the album is If I Wasn't Sure, and that one talks about the beginning of the new name, my new rap name, MASJ, and letting go of what I used to talk about and the old rap name. Before I was MASJ, I was a rapper called Slimmy Skinny, but Slimmy was mispronounced, it was rushed, and that kind of rapper that I was not someone who would talk a lot of truth. I would speak a lot on the things that people do to me and how they affected me. How I perceived it was true, but that doesn't mean it necessarily was true. It's just how I perceived it as true. I would talk about things that I didn't do. I wasn't a real, honest rapper, and I wouldn't really talk. I would talk about things I would never do. So, and you know, I think that's kind of why I went with MASJ, where I wanted to talk more on a deeper level, and through personal experiences and what I've learned from them, instead of talking about stuff that I never do or stuff I would never do. How I started, and what I used to do, and what I'm doing now, and what I hope to gain in the future. So that's what the first song is about. Been Cut Off is the second song you will hear in the album, and it basically talks about frustrations from the past, my past, and how I'm letting go of certain people, and it goes from people that are real close to people that were like, yeah, I kind of knew them, but I don't want to anymore, and I'm just letting go of bad experiences with people I've been around, and so forth. Sad to Be Strong is the third song you will hear in the album, and it basically talks about keeping an open mind that sad is not a bad thing to feel. One of my messages as a person, as an artist, is to be open to any emotion that you're feeling, and that there is a reason you are feeling it. And one of the main things I go on with life is every once in a while I will stop what I'm doing, listen to something that I know will make me emotional, and just let myself cry, let myself tear let myself feel sad or any like emotion that people would call bad. Let it hit me without shame or guilt or judgment. Doing this, I have learned how to rest the heart and how to keep what the heart wants in decisions realistic, and being aware of what things the heart doesn't really need, and so forth. 19 is the fourth song you will hear in the album. Basically talks about how I turned 19 this year, how this year's been special for me, and how I've completely just changed my mentality from being a complaining, whining brat, never doing anything about it, to actually like, fuck this, I'm just gonna do it myself. Embracing that independence as much as I can. Letting people know that I'm not one to be underestimated if I see it as a possible thing to happen, that it will happen eventually. Even if it takes me a long time, it's gonna happen. Basically, I also wanted to call it 90, not just because of my birthday, because I turned 19 this year, but because 19 has been just a special symbol for me. I still don't understand why. Just something about this number has been really close to me, besides just my number, my age. But yeah. Sky's Reminder is the fifth song, my bad. It's the fifth song you will hear in the album. Sky's Reminder basically talks more on like how spiritual I am, basically. I'm not really in any religion. Sometimes I lean towards Christianity at times, but I'm mainly just a spiritual person. I'm gonna be doing immense work all my life, no matter if it gets attention or not. And with that amount of immense work that I put in this lifetime, I will become something more than just man at the end of it. Embracing full spirit and soul into anything I do. Embrace that I am man now, and my job as a man is to create. So that's what Sky's Reminder is. And the other thing is just to keep me on track. Listen to when it talks to you, and be noted that it's telling you need to finish your work. It's up to you if you want to become something more after man, basically. That's what that means for me. Listen is the sixth song you will hear in the album. This song is basically telling you to listen up close, and not just to the music itself, but with your inner conflict, if you have any. If you're pushing away, anything that makes you cringe, making you uncomfortable, or, just trying to fight it to stand out, and, using the mask to be seen, then to listen to your inner self, listen to your inner conflict, and not fight it. Don't push it down. Don't try to bury it, but to confront it and become one with it. And you will find out that facing these things, you can let it go. It could also let you go, so you can become something more. And it also talks on like a personal level with the song. I'm trying to make the listener aware. Why do people argue to win? Because that doesn't make any sense. Arguments are not meant to be won, they're meant to be understood, and you're not getting anywhere thinking you're winning an argument. You're only getting somewhere when you come out of that argument understanding or finding a middle ground with whoever you're arguing with, and to also, when you do make arguments, actually argue, and don't just insult the other person because they have different views or different opinions. I hope that makes sense. The count, basically, The count is the... Sorry, I'm dyslexic here, I need to read. I'm basically done with keeping people close if they're just going to become a problem later on, or if I notice that they are not keeping the word of who they are, or they're not keeping the promises to me that they said they would. And because I've been dealing with that all my life, where people would, they make promises by a certain time. I show up on that certain time to say, hey, what's going on? They don't receive, they don't keep their word. I've been dealing with that all my life. I'm done with it. So this song is basically talking about, if you're just here to not keep your word, or not be a man of your word, or just completely screw me over completely, then I'm just going to be cutting you short right then and there. I've been doing this all my life, giving people the benefit of the doubt, giving people second chances, 3 chances, 4 chances, so many chances, and at the point I'm just tired of being a fool. I'm at a point in my life now where you only get 1 chance, unless I can see otherwise how you could, if you do not receive and it's bad enough on the first shot and I can see through that, you're done. Just straight up, you're done. Tired of being nice. No more nice guy, basically, is what this song is about. That is the seventh song you will hear in the album. How to Change is the 8th song you will hear in the album. It basically talks about being aware of if you're having feelings of I want to change. This song is basically, I'm telling you what could be ahead in your journey of change, and how I respect and encourage you to embrace that change, no matter what you face or what's ahead, to go forward no matter what. I basically go over how changing is not just where you're physically at, it's also where you're mentally at. The reason I embrace anybody to change is because that's how we are supposed to be as a species. Literally, like, we're meant to evolve. We're meant to be thinking upon. We're supposed to be thinking out of our fucking realms here. We are man. We're meant to create, and we're also meant to evolve because we are also part of nature. So that's why I made the song How to Change, because if you're feeling that, then I would advise you to listen to it. Even if you know or you're scared that it's going to be hard, because it is. For anything to be hard, for anything to be rewarded, you can't conquer without suffering. The change wouldn't feel as good either if you didn't suffer. How to Change is basically a song to tell you that to listen to your inner conflict and embrace that change. Let go of your past and whatever is holding you back. Bittersweet is the 9th song you will hear in the album. It's basically what I said at the beginning of what it's about. This is basically that song in a song form. So you got the album cover, and then you got the song form. So that's basically Bittersweet, from what I said earlier, of how things passed by, and you realize that you can't remember all your wins, and sometimes you feel like you're losing, and that's kind of where I'm at as well. Like, I've done so much that I feel like I didn't do much. I don't know. It's just because I can't remember all the times I've won this year, and I also can't remember all the times I'm losing, because I'm just so focused on what's next, And there's times where I do get burnt out, and that's when I get overloaded and I get more burnt out, and I'm just trying to stay away from that and just focus on work. And if I do get burnt out, then I continue to work, but at a slower pace, basically. And I mean, that's all bittersweet, because I'm working still and I'm getting shit done. That's a win. But I'm also slowing down, overloading, getting my paths mixed up, and that's hurting me. And that's just what 2025 has been for me. So that's why I call this album and this 9th song Bittersweet. All My Idols Are Dead is the 10th and final song that you will hear in the album. It is a 5-minute song. My longest song, I believe, I've ever recorded. Basically what could be next in the future, it's just showing what I can and what I'm capable of. I'm going to be putting more effort into even singles than just in like potential EPs or albums, you know, whatever is next. The amount of effort that went into All My Idols Are Dead are going to be in every song in the next future, in the near future. You know, I got all these songs to try to live up to All My Idols Are Dead, but I really try to make All My Idols Are Dead the main attention, really show you my skill. Regardless, I mean, all these songs I put immense effort in, but All My Idols Are Dead I put like 3 days into the song because it's the final song. I wanted to go out with a bang. I did a lot with these other songs, but the final song I wanted to show that I am capable of being up there if I get the chance. All My Idols Are Dead is just that song to like put up the flag and embrace the bittersweet of maybe potentially your life, or and just let it know that I've been through bittersweet, and that I take notes as well from people that are no longer with us. One of the greats, you know, King of Pop, you know, people from Brooklyn, people from Bronx, you know, all these amazing artists that I looked up to my whole life, and I'm just now taking their notes and respecting their way of life and how they made it. That's the whole breakdown of Bittersweet. The song is currently up as we speak. If you listen to it, thank you very much. I put a lot of work into it. I'm trying to get 50 subscribers on this channel. I would like to live stream mainly, that's why. If you're interested in the kind of music I make or what I could possibly do in the future, please subscribe. If we can get 50 subscribers so we can live stream, I may potentially live stream potential projects in the future and show you how I make things live, or you know, just be a part of the process with me. I think that'd be really cool. But anyway, please check out the album. It's only going to be up for a day, and then I'm taking it down, and then I'm going to start putting it on streaming services. So go check it out. Really good album. Worked really hard on it. I don't ask much. Just listen. Thank you.